Hey y'all, I'm Hope, and today I'm putting together my June TBR. I'm looking forward to June. I think it's going to be a really good month. I have one of my best friends visiting. I only get to see her like once a year, so that's really exciting. And I am probably going to be making some forward progress in my thesis. So I think it's going to be a really great month, and I am looking forward to fitting in some good reading as well. So as usual, I'm going to be playing TBR Betrayal to find out what I'm going to be reading, or to kind of establish a list for myself to pull from. And I think there isn't any other housekeeping we need to do, so let's just go ahead and find out what the board is giving me for June. As usual, let's roll to find out who we're playing. So, we got a 12 this time, and that is Frodo Baggins, and his knowledge set is 4, so I need to have 4 books in my TBR. Rolling for book number 1. We got a 2. So 1, 2, which is a prompt. I can't remember if I've shuffled this deck yet, so we're just gonna do that real quick. I was so eager to get started that I forgot to actually shuffle the deck. Okay. Last song you listened to. Rolling for book number 2. I missed the thing, but we're just gonna roll with that, and it looks like we got a 1. And that's going to be a challenge, so let's find out which challenge we're going to be doing. We got challenge number 3. Ghostly assistance. Light wavers in front of you and a ghostly apparition blocks your path. Aware of your quest, the ghost offers a riddle in exchange for its help. Attempt a knowledge roll of 6+ to answer the ghost riddle and discover the location of a secret passage. If you succeed, move forward 3 tiles. So, we already know that Frodo's knowledge is 4, so I can use a d8 for this one. So, what did I just say? Is it 6+? Yeah. So we're going to have a pretty narrow margin for success here, but let's find out. We did not succeed. We got a 4. So, nothing comes of that, and we just roll again for book number 2. So we have a 3. Just gonna be 1, 2, 3, and that is a hope pick. So I get to decide what I want to read for that one. Rolling for book number 3. We got a 3. So 1, 2, 3, and of course we got an omen. So let's go ahead and dig down in here and see what we got. We have got Slippery Creatures by KJ Charles. We now have 3 omens in play, so we're going to do a haunt roll, and as long as we don't roll under 3, we're okay. We got an 8, so we're good. Don't have to add anything extra. And now rolling for book number 4. We got a 1. Which is that direction, yeah. That's another hope pick. So we're starting off interesting with the last song you listened to, and I actually couldn't remember what the last song I listened to was. So what I ended up doing instead was scrolling randomly through my Spotify playlist, and this is how that went. So we got Maple by Hayley Kiyoko, and I felt like for this song I really needed to choose something that was sapphic, something maybe like a romance or something sweet overall, and I ended up going with The Red Scholar's Wake by Elliot de Bedard, which is a sapphic romance between a bot maker / data analyst and a sentient mind ship who is the leader of an infamous pirate fleet. I think this sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I really love the way that Elliot de Bedard writes romances and the way she writes her characters and develops their relationships. I just think she does fantastic character work, and I really enjoyed all of the other books in the Zuya universe, which is what this is a part of. It's a series of standalone novels all set in the same setting, same universe. It's sci-fi, so it is literally a universe, but yeah, I just really enjoy her characters, and I've been looking for a reason to pick this one up, or like an excuse to pick it up amidst everything else I needed to get done, so this one really worked out in my favor. After that, we got Mood Read, and since I got to pick whatever I wanted for this, I've decided to put an arc on my TBR that I want to get to before it comes out in July, and I have chosen Silver Nitrate by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, which is one I'm really excited for. So this one is about a woman who is a sound engineer in the 90s, and she's kind of frustrated with her situation because it's a very male-dominated field. She's kind of dealing with all of that. And then she and her best friend, who she's also been in love with for a very long time, the two of them meet a cult horror director who had kind of disappeared for a while. And he tells them that his final movie was never finished and that the actual like film that it's recorded on is cursed. And so they end up going on this like wild adventure to try and help him finish the movie and break the curse. And it just sounds like it's going to be lots of fun and really interesting. And I just love Sylvia Moreno Garcia's writing. I love everything I've ever read from her. And I'm really impressed at her ability to write across many different genres compellingly. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Then we got An Omen, which was Slippery Creatures by KJ Charles, which is a historical mystery, which I think also has a queer romance in it. And that's pretty much all I know about this one. This actually works well for me because it's on my priority TBR list, and I've kind of fallen behind on that. So this will be great to fit this one in and hopefully get back on track with some of that. And then lastly, we got another mood read, and I decided to put another arc that I need to get to on here. So this one comes out in early August, but this is Mr. Magic by Kirsten White, which I just got approved for earlier today. But this one is another horror novel, and this one's about a group of people who were on a like cult favorite TV show as children. It was like a children's program. And now, many years later, nobody remembers this program, or like it's got kind of a cult following, but there's no recording of it. No one remembers who directed it or who produced it. All of the evidence that this show ever existed has kind of disappeared. And these 5 cast members are just kind of left with their memories of it and of the central character, someone known as Mr. Magic. And then many years later, they all end up together again on a different set and start to put the pieces together of what actually happened with the show and what precisely Mr. Magic is. So I'm really interested to see what this one is like. I haven't read anything from Kirsten White yet, but I know that her, whatever the series is that starts with a Guinevere deception, I know that one's fairly popular. And I've also heard good things about The Darkest of Elizabeth Frankenstein, which I actually have on my shelves. So I'm really interested to see how I like this one, and if I like it, maybe dive into some of her other work. But those are all the things that the board gave me for this month, and I don't think I have anything I want to specifically call out that I'm going to be reading otherwise. I'm just kind of like gonna see what happens, make myself a little bit more space, especially since I picked so many books to read for May the Force read with you, which was a ton of fun. But, you know, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more leeway this month and just kind of see how things go. So that's basically all I have for you today, and I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I hope you'll consider giving it a like, maybe even subscribing to see what comes next. I'm currently posting every Tuesday and Saturday, so there is more content coming soon, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.